All right, so one of the big areas, as we said, that has power without power right now is Palm Beach County and West Palm Beach. That's where we find Four in Your Corner's Malcolm Johnson. He's been weathering the storm. Malcolm, actually, it looks like you may be outside down on the ground right now. Tell us where you are and what you're seeing.
Hey, Chris, still not down on the ground. We will make our way down there shortly, I promise you that. Right now, we're still where you mentioned earlier today on the third floor of our hotel balcony. This is the Marriott, and we're downtown in West Palm Beach. But I just want to check in for a quick second and give you guys an update. You all talked about Governor Rick Scott warning people that just about everyone was going to lose power, or at least a lot of people to begin with. What I can tell you, the recent numbers that we've gotten, about 155,000 people, customers, without power in South Florida. That's a lot of people, an enormous amount of people. And again, we anticipate that that number will likely raise as the morning continues. The good news, it sounds like this storm is rising up the coast here. But again, Tony mentioned just moments ago the storm surge and what a problem that's going to be. Well, we're seeing waves up to 11 feet, or storm surge up to about 11 feet along the Treasure Coast. And when it comes to wave size, we're seeing waves upwards of 27 feet. So the water levels are significantly rising across the east coast of Florida here. As for where we are, again, we're downtown. I want to show you guys what it looks like right now. We've been seeing these rain bands come in and go away, come in and go away. And that's the difference between a hurricane and some of the normal thunderstorms that we've seen throughout hurricane season on the west coast of Florida, where on the west coast we'll just see it pour and it'll just come down for 30, 45 minutes an hour, however long that storm may be. Well, during a hurricane, you have these bands that come in, and the wind gusts will be incredibly strong. Over on Vero Beach, they're reporting wind gusts upwards of 70 miles an hour. Well, here, we've seen them closer to 45 and 50, not as strong as they've been on Vero Beach. That is the good news. But the power outages, that is what is so alarming in regards to this storm. Thousands of people who are going to be waking up in the morning, some who are probably restless right now and are already aware of the fact that they will not have power. But the good news, those folks living here in downtown West Palm, as far as we can tell, still have power. In the distance, I'm seeing the skyline and buildings that still have power around them. The Trump Plaza is not far from where we are. I'm not sure if you all can hear it right now, but the wind is picking up. But these are people who are going to wake up to power. But to show you guys just how strong the wind is, Carl, if you can get a shot now of that lamppost, we showed it to you all 30 minutes ago. There's no reason we're not going to show it to you now, because it's just a visual indicator of how strong the wind has been. And goodness knows that that situation could have been a lot worse, right? Because you've got that white van there, and who's to say that van couldn't have been crushed had that lamppost not have fallen just another 4 feet in the left. So that is some good news for that driver who's likely staying here at this Marriott, where we have been safe. That's the good news. Now, I'll bring it back here now to us, Carl. We've been safe. The power's been on. We've got hurricane impact windows outside of our rooms. I was sound asleep last night. It sounded like another storm to me. I woke up. I could hear the whistling once I got up. But overnight, things did not seem to be too dire. And that's good for us here in West Palm, but there are parts of the coast that are getting slammed, especially when it comes to those barrier islands and the residents who have been forced to evacuate from their homes. No telling what they'll see when they wake up and they make their way back to some of the islands. Guys, back to you.
Malcolm, thank you very much. You were mentioning